sometimes there's more than two options. So a tree diagram isn't going to work, because if I was rolling a die and it had 6 sides, if I tried to set up my tree diagram, I would end up with something really hideous. 2, 4, 6. So this obviously is not going to be workable. So a better way of describing that information diagrammatically is to use a table. So if we can just fill in the last few cells of this table. So we've got here this last cell down here. We know that if the first row gives us a 6, and then the second row gives us a 5, that goes there. And then this one here is we would roll a 4 and then a 6, a 5 and then a 6 and then a 6 and then a 6. So we've got all our possible outcomes. Now a much more usable kind of table would be when we're interested in the sum of the two numbers. So that's a more popular kind of question. So now we can finish off this table by adding the two numbers that appear when you roll your die. So this cell down here, we've rolled a 6 and then a 2, so that gives us a total of 8. And you might notice the nice pattern that's occurring here. When you roll a 5 and then a 3, that's an 8. And then this one would be a 9, so this is 9 and then 10. And then coming down here, a 1 and a 5 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is missing here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So now we're able to use the information to help us answer the question. So the question is asking us to find the probability that the sum is greater than 5. So now I need to determine how many numbers there are that are greater than 5. So just looking at the table, we can see it's a 6 by 6 table, so there's 36 cells. And greater than 5, there's a whole bunch of them. There's all of those, and all the 7s, and all the 8s, the 9s, the 10s, 11s, and that one with the 12. So it's kind of easier probably to add up the ones that are less than 5 and do 1 minus that. So sometimes it's easier to find the complement, and we've talked about that before, of not getting a number greater than 5. So that's getting a number 5 or less. So I'm actually going to find 1 minus the probability that the sum is less than or equal to 5, purely because there are less to add up. So just quickly adding up the ones that I want. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 1 minus 10 out of 36. So that's 26 out of 36. And you would always simplify that. So that's 13 in 18.